What up, fiction fam? Welcome to Down to Read. My name is Steven, and this is my review of George Orwell's dystopian classic, 1984. War is peace, freedom is slavery, ignorance is strength. Sorry, that was a bit weird. Anyway, this is my review of George Orwell's dystopian classic, 1984. This book was published in 1949 by Secker and Warburg. I know a lot of people studied this book in high school. I didn't study in high school though, and this was my first time reading it. So this review is going to be really me just looking at it as a piece of entertainment as opposed to trying to analyze what it all means and picking up on the cultural and literary significance of the book. I will go over a spoiler-free summary of the book, then talk about the things I liked, the things that weren't for me, and finally we'll give it a 5-star rating. If the book is a 5-star banger, we'll do a 5-star bonus wrap up. Let's get into it. The story of 1984 takes place in a dystopian future, well, at least what was a future at the time of writing the book, in a location called Airstrip 1, formerly Great Britain. Airstrip 1 is a province of Oceania, one of the 3 remaining superpowers of the world. Oceania, and by extension Airstrip 1, are run by a totalitarian regime known as the Party and their figurehead, Big Brother.
What are your true feelings towards Big Brother? Hate. You must love him.
The Party controls the society of Oceania, or at least the inner party and outer party members, through constant surveillance via planted cameras and microphones, and even two-way televisions referred to as telescreens. Now, can I just pause here for a second and say, I'm pretty glad I don't have people watching me through my TV while I'm vegging out, chilling and watching a movie. I mean, can you imagine? Stop looking at your phone. Put down that bowl of ice cream. Don't scratch that. These 3 superpowers, Oceania, East Asia, and Eurasia, are in a perpetual, never-ending war with each other, never really gaining much ground on each other either. The party's control over Oceania is so strong that they're able to get members of the inner and outer party to reject objective truths, like the quite famous 2 + 2 = 5. Okay, now you have a bit of a feel for the world, and before this becomes too much of an English essay, let's talk about the main character, Winston Smith. Winston Smith is a member of the outer party and works for a department called the Ministry of Truth, where history is literally rewritten by doctoring historical documents to conform with the beliefs and ideology of the party and their current agenda. Winston dreams of rebelling against the party, however is quite scared of being caught and realizes that even having these dreams of rebelling against the party are committing thought crime. Winston meets a similar-minded woman named Julia, who also works at the Ministry of Truth and is a member of the outer party, and they begin to have a secret relationship. They evade the party and Big Brother by Big Brother sees all. Anyway, Winston and Julia evade the party and Big Brother by escaping to secluded areas or the neighborhood of the pros. The pros are the working class, the lowest standing class in society, and they're under less strict regulation by the party as they're generally ignorant to their oppression and the party sees them as less of a threat. Okay, to avoid any spoilers, we'll stop the summary there and we'll get into the things I liked and the things that weren't for me about this book. The world building. While it can be a bit suffocating to live in this world where society is so oppressed, Orwell certainly does a great job at setting the scene and really immersing you in this dystopian future. To the point where you're starting to look at your TV wondering, is somebody watching me from the other side of that screen? The use of newspeak and other terms from this world that you start to read almost like they're words you've known your entire life, again, really immerse you in this book. The feeling of hopelessness. Now, I know that sounds like a weird thing to say I like, but this book really leaves a lasting impact on you. And don't we read to feel things? Even if, unfortunately, in the case of this book, it is hopelessness. Winston, and to a lesser extent Julia, weren't particularly pleasant or likable characters to me. And I think in some books that's fine, like in The Wasp Factory, Frank isn't particularly likable, but he's not supposed to be likable, and you can check out my book review for that, also on this channel. However, unlike The Wasp Factory, I feel like in 1984 we really should be rooting for and barracking for things to work out well for Winston and Julia, who are living in this oppressed society. However, I just found myself not really liking them, and although I wanted society as a whole to kind of collapse and rebuild, I didn't care so much what happened to these two. I give 1984 2 + 2 = 4.5 stars. This book is brilliant, and if the characters were a little bit more likable, this would have been a certified 5-star banger. But I couldn't quite get there with the 5 stars for this one, so unfortunately, no wrap up. Party doesn't need you. The party doesn't need your wrap-up. Big Brother can rap. Leave DTR in a pile of scrap. Unperson you is what will hap. No cap. If you've read this classic, let us know what you thought in the comments below. Did you like Winston and Julia? If you want to see more content like this one, please be sure to subscribe. Like the video if you enjoyed it. All that stuff really helps this wee, silly booktube channel community grow. And as always, thanks for watching. Zhoosh!